It started.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness!
Stop. Get away. I'll walk you here. You're my life. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do this. I'm going to call the cops. Yeah?
Should they stop them?
You stay away, sir. Stay away. I'm not going to hear you. You're unmasked. You got pepper spray? Yes. Okay. Sir, I need you to put that away. We're in a public place right now.
Yeah,
you stay away. I'm going to stay away. Thank you. You can't be threatening people here with pepper spray, okay? You understand that?
Pepper spray.
No, you cannot threaten people in here with pepper spray. You're not a cop. You're not a lawyer. I don't need this.
Yeah, this is an older white man, well aware of his white privilege, even has on the white privilege starter kit, a basic white polo and some khaki shorts and a goofy ass hat, all right? Did you notice how calm they were? The man is threatening to pepper spray people and then decides to physically assault a worker in the store. Loss prevention comes out, security. He says, hey, just calm down, all right? And he tells her, you better get away. All right, I'll back away. I'll get out of the way for you, Mr. White man. Just imagine if a young black teenager would have been in that store acting that way. Just imagine that. Aiming pepper spray at people and physically assaulting a worker, and then loss prevention comes out and just says, hey, you're gonna have to chill out here. All right, you're gonna have to calm down. Never would have happened because he has the complexion for protection. It's ironic how this plays out, but it's so telling of how the implicit bias is automatic. Nobody thought he needed to be apprehended. Nobody thought he needed to be dragged out of that store. And nobody thought they should fight him back for physically assaulting them. All right, Woz, do you see it differently than I see it?
No, I see it exactly the same. Although I would add one thing. I would add a couple of things. You forgot the part where the polo was tucked in. That's part of the starter kit as well. Yes. But also what I would add is that I would like to see those black teenagers treated exactly as this guy is. We don't need the cops freaking treating people like practice dummies. You know what I mean? Like, treat everybody with the level of deference and respect that you treated this guy. But third, if I was that employee, once he would have charged me, headlock on the ground, noogies, it would have been over. He would have been done.
And listen, just for those who are keeping up with, is pepper spray illegal? No, it is not illegal. Pepper spray is legal in all 50 states. However, possession and or use may be regulated or prohibited by law in some jurisdictions, and improper use of pepper spray is a criminal act, all right? And one could be sued, or some states fined up to $1,000. And also you can be imprisoned for up to 3 years for the improper use of pepper spray.